Hey guys, it's Melissa and I am here again and in a different location. I'm outside. I'm going to be talking about my tattoos and piercings today, and you may be thinking, Melissa, hate to break it to you, but you don't really have a lot of tattoos and you don't have that many piercings. Well, you're half right. I obviously am not the most tatted up person ever, and I don't have like 10 bajillion piercings. However, I do have 6 piercings if you count just like the lobe ones as like separate, and then I have 4 tattoos in total. I just got a new tattoo done really recently. In fact, it's still like on the edges of like healing and stuff, but I really want to make this video finally because I felt like I finally had something worth talking about, or I had enough to talk about. So here I am, and I'll probably make more updated videos in the future. However, I'm just gonna make this one as a foundation. There's a siren. I love life. Ooh, that highlight though. The highlight's pretty good. I'm gonna start off with my piercings, and then I'm gonna go to my tattoos after, and I'm gonna try to do it all in chronological order. And I'm gonna be talking about pain, just kind of a little bit, because honestly, in the end, I don't think that pain really matters if you want something on your body. I just love looking at these videos, and I love seeing other people's tattoos. I love seeing their piercings, and love hearing their stories, even if the story is that there's no story and they just got it spontaneously. I love that. So I'm gonna do that for you guys today. Starting off, I got my lobes pierced, which is just like the normal one that everybody seems to have. I got them done when I was in 1st grade. I remember I got them done at Claire's. No. I got them done at icing, which is obviously not good because I used a gun, and I didn't know back then that that was bad for you. And then in my sophomore year of high school, I got the 2nd ones done, and that was my 2nd piercing. And obviously, once again, that was using the gun. Not good, don't recommend. Go to a piercer place, usually like a tattoo shop or something like that, and they will be able to do a proper piercing for you guys. However, with the gun, it didn't hurt, it was just a sting, it was over quickly, and even as a 1st grader, I remember I was like, oh, that wasn't that bad. After that, piercing wise, I actually just went straight for the septum. As you can see right here, I got my little septum piercing right here. When I got it done, it was about a year ago, I think, over a year ago now. I don't remember exactly what month, but it was over a year ago. And I went to a place called Monkeys to Go, which is in downtown Fullerton. I actually, funny story, when I got my septum pierced, I had it planned, not very far in advance, like a week or 2 weeks in advance, that I was gonna go and to this place on this day and get it done, and I was gonna go with a friend, which I did. However, almost right before I went, I developed a cold, and my nose was running non-stop. It was like sore because like I was constantly rubbing at it, and it was like not a good story, but I was like, you know what, whatever, like I'm just gonna go. Like I already had a plan for so long, and if I don't do it now, I'm probably gonna chicken out, because I'd wanted it for a long time at that point. And it happens to be a piercing that if I want, I can flip up and you can't even tell it's there. So even when it's healing, I would be able to hide it at work, because my work does not permit any piercing except for 1 lobe piercing. So I got that done. The lady was super nice when she did it. I remember I went into a room kind of separate from the store, but we went into a room, and if you've ever seen the movie Big Eyes, they had a bunch of like those paintings like all around the room. So it was kind of fun, and she just put it right through the middle of my septum, or the sweet spot or whatever, after kind of like finding it really quick, and it was over. And honestly, like I was like, wait, it's done, it's in. And honestly, what hurt more, and this is kind of weird, but because I was sick, when she cleaned it with like a chemical or whatever she cleaned it with, that was what hurt, because it like stung, because my nose was so dry from me blowing it so much. And the healing process was super easy. Honestly, the only thing that I would say is that don't get your septum pierced when you have a cold or it's allergy season or anything like that. Like, you know that you're gonna be blowing your nose. And then the last piercing that I've had done, which I feel like, I don't know why I didn't get this done a long time ago. I think it was because like I wanted to get it done in high school and like my mom wouldn't let me, stuff like that, and she barely let me get my second ones done, so I don't know. But it's just my cartilage, and I got this done like actually pretty recently. Also, another funny story, I got it done on Friday the 13th, so it was a really cheap piercing, and they put it in with a hoop, and they asked me if I wanted to have a hoop or if I wanted to have a stud, and I know like most people are like, oh, do a stud, but I was like, I want the hoop, so I just put a hoop in it. But of course, because it's Friday the 13th, it's just like cheap jewelry because they don't charge you for the jewelry because it's Friday the 13th. So I had that in there for a long time, then I was like, I want to put something else in there. Honestly, I know that it's not a 16 gauge. It's not. My septum is a 16 gauge. But I just took one of my really, really tiny like septum ring things that like didn't really ever fit like in my nose because it's like too little, and I just put it in my cartilage, and you're definitely not supposed to do that. It's too big for that, and I know that, but I put it in anyway, and so far it's been okay, so I don't know, man. I don't know. As for pain, that was like nothing. It's weird because I honestly don't think that I have a really high pain tolerance, at least for like everyday like injuries and stuff, and like falling down and like scraping stuff, and like I cry really easily. I think once my eyes teared up when I was getting my septum pierced, that's just because it's close to your eyes and it's kind of connected, and also I was sick, so while they were doing that it was kind of just like watering, like my eyes were watering a little bit, but besides that, like honestly everything was just super easy. And nothing hurt. Of course, I haven't had anything too crazy pierced, so I wouldn't really know that much, but as for piercings, everything was super fine. I've never regretted any of my piercings. I love all of them, even to this day, and I've had all of them except for my cartilage one over a year now, and I haven't regretted any of them, and I don't think I will regret my cartilage either because it's such like an easy, normal piercing, you know? As for tattoos, I have 4 tattoos. My first tattoo, it is a little paper airplane that I got on my hip on Friday the 13th last year, so it was actually February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day, so everything was kind of Valentine's Day themed. There's really no meaning behind it because it's just a Friday the 13th tattoo. If you don't know what that is, it means that they do tattoos for $13 plus $7 tip, and they have a flash sheet and you just pick something from there. I just really liked it. I guess why I picked it off that flash sheet is because it reminded me of that one Disney short. If you know the one I'm talking about, good on you. I don't feel like explaining it otherwise. And it didn't hurt. Everybody says that your hip will hurt, but it really didn't. I mean, it hurt, you know, but it's just like, it was maybe like a 1 or 2 on a rate of 5. Like, it wasn't really that big of a deal, honestly. My second tattoo that I got is, I have 3 little triangle glyphs on my back, and each one means something different. The top one means create, the second one down means express, and the last one means explore. And that actually has like a really deep meaning for me. I know it's just 3 little triangles, whatever, but it's just kind of things that I live by. I want to always be creating. I always want to be expressing exactly who I am, exactly what I think, exactly like what my hopes and beliefs are. And explore is just kind of like, the tattoo on my back barely hurt. The third tattoo that I ever got is some Troye Sivan lyrics on my ribs. And if any of you know me, you know I really do look up to Troye Sivan. Like, he is an inspiration to me musically and just like as a person, and him being himself is just so amazing to me. I do have a quote of his song Fools on my ribs. I think it's my favorite song by him. Even like to this day, I still think it's like my favorite song by him, and when it comes on, I'm just like, it makes me feel so much things, but it also makes me want to dance and like everything. It's just amazing. But anyways, the quote that I got on my ribs is, though I try to resist, I still want it all. And although I think when he was saying this, like in his song, it was talking about love and like his love life and stuff, and how he still wants to make it work with somebody, you know, and all that kind of stuff. For me, it's kind of like about life, and like though I try to resist like wanting all these things, and like I resist like wanting to have like a different lifestyle than like most people, I guess. I do sometimes really just want to have like a 9-to-5 job and like just like have like an everyday like stable lifestyle, even though like I try to want that and like I try to resist like wanting to like veer off the path, like I still still want it all. So basically, like, that means I still want the things that I want, no matter how much I try to change that about myself. I'm always gonna want that. So that's why I got that tattooed there. And honestly, a lot of people just think that I got it because I love Troye Sivan, and like, while that's true, like, honestly, the first time I heard that lyric, it just like hit me like so hard. I'm like, that's me. And like, even though like in the song it means something different, like the lyrics, like, just like by themselves, like without the context of the rest of the song, like hit me so hard, and like it resonated with me so hard, and like I knew like immediately, like almost immediately, that like I wanted that on my body forever. And so I got it, and yeah, I have not regretted it since. Everybody says that the ribs like are really bad to get, and like honestly, yes, it did hurt more than a lot of my other tattoos, but it still wasn't that bad. And like, basically, if you're just breathing and like you're fine, you're like focused on something that's not the pain, like, or even if like, if you just focus on something at all, even if it's focusing on the pain like itself and just like for what it is, and like kind of just taking it in for what it is, it didn't really hurt that bad. It was totally tolerable, and I didn't like cry or like die or anything. Like, it was totally fine, honestly. My most recent tattoo, and probably the most like detailed tattoo, like an actual like piece of art on me, you know, I just got it. For those of you who don't know me, or like things like and aspects of my personal life, those of you who know me know that I work at Disneyland, and those of you who know me know that I used to work in attractions there, and one of the main rides that I worked on was Space Mountain in Tomorrowland. And prior to working there, I always loved Space Mountain, like as the attraction, but also just like the architecture. I always thought it was beautiful. And then when I started working there, it even like increased my love for it and like my appreciation for the building, because I saw it every single day of my life for like a really long period of time. And so I got tattooed on me the building of Space Mountain, and then I got the Roman numerals 77 tattooed right above it, because Space Mountain is actually sometimes called Space Station 77 because Space Mountain was established at Disneyland in California in 1977. So that's just kind of something cool about it. But yeah, I just love the building, and honestly kind of just represents a part of my life as well, on top of me just thinking that it's beautiful in the first place. Yeah, it's still in the process of healing, but it's like almost there, to the point where it's like almost stopped healing mostly. So, you know, and those of you who don't have tattoos, like, that's supposed to happen. It's supposed to basically peel off, and that's how it heals. Like, but yeah, it's just kind of, it's almost there, but I really love it. As of now, it's my favorite tattoo. That one and like the quote on my ribs are my favorite tattoos. This one, was done. This is the only time I can actually like remember like the name of my artist and like all that kind of stuff, because I actually made an appointment for it, and like I actually like researched the artist a little bit. But I got this done at 454 in Encinitas, California, which is actually kind of far from here. I got it done by Corey at 454, and he is such an amazing artist. Honestly, I guess I'll link his profile below. But he is so good, and he has done a lot of my friend Chelsea's tattoos, and hers are so amazing. And I don't know, his work is just so unique, and it's awesome, and I can go on and on about it, but yeah. This one didn't really hurt. It was kind of just, sometimes it'd be like when I got to like these lines on the outside, just like basically like right here, like on the outsides of it. But besides that, like it wasn't that bad. It still was like kind of on the same level as the one done on my ribs, I guess. It is super detailed and like super like fine lines and stuff. So yeah, it took like about an hour, like a little bit over an hour, but not that much over an hour. And it was super awesome. But yes, that's all my tattoos and all my piercings. It's been fun talking to you guys. I love these kinds of videos, so I thought I would just make my own. So let me know what you think. Comment, like, subscribe, share, all that kind of bullshit. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me. And I will see you guys next time. See you later.